Good afternoon, YouTube. I hope everybody had a nice Christmas and is getting ready for a nice, safe New Year's. And of course, New Year's would be why I have my one and only favorite fantasy casting from Hot Wheels. I bought one of these as a joke, and now I think I have three or four of them. Even though I have one open that I actually use to crack open a beverage every now and then. But these work well as bottle openers, and they're goofy, they're holiday. I mean, this one doesn't say Happy New Year like some of them, does it? What does that say? 2 of 10. Xpera Motors, Carbonator. I know that I've seen in previous, looking back, they have special New Year's versions of these that I'll have to keep an eye out over the next few days. Not that I go out that much. So I didn't pick up much in the store recently. The Carbonator, and for my brother and I, because he loves Mazdas, and he had a Miata, not this version, but the 2000 or so version. His was absolutely stunning. British Racing green with the beige interior and beige top, and it was a limited edition. But this very neat MX5 Miata, which is the current series that's available. So when did this come out? Just out of curiosity. 2020 Mazda MX5 Miata. So we'll crack that. Take a quick look at it. I don't know. I'm sure other people have shown this. It's not the main car for the show today, but again, Matchbox did nice tampo work on there. This fire mist orange, or whatever you want to call it, is pretty sharp. The 5-spoke rims are okay. The front details, and this is just a $1 mainline car. It's actually right-hand drive appropriate, so that's pretty cool. I have driven and ridden in these Miatas, and man, they are fantastic. Every generation of them, and on my bucket list, if I win the lottery. Oh, and this one I'm not going to open up, but I wanted to show this. I got this recently. So Darrell Wallace Jr., more commonly known as Bubba Wallace, one of the few and the most successful current African American in NASCAR racing. So this is a special model that came out this year with the free hood, compassion, love, understanding for the Black Lives Matter. I don't have a lot of these NASCAR cars. I think I have 3. I have that special Subway 1, the MTA, the New York City Subway 1. This is the one I learned about from David Johns from Twice Diecast. He had a similar one, and I was able to find this. And again, I'm not a huge NASCAR fan, but here is a Dale Earnhardt 1996 edition, number 3 BF Goodrich Chevy Lumina or Impala. I forgot 1996. I don't know which they would have called it then. They have nothing to do with actual stock cars. I just thought this was neat, and I picked it up at a fair price. So Dale Earnhardt, Richard Childress Racing, GM Goodwrench, born April 29, 1952. So I guess 1996. This may be before he passed away. But I have a lot of friends that are into NASCAR, and of course, Dale Earnhardt is a legend. And in his own way, Bubba Wallace is becoming a phenomenon and a legend and drawing new fans to NASCAR. And there are two versions of this car. I sent one off as a gift to a friend. I hope they appreciate it. And that one also has a very cool livery and graphics on it. But as I teased, this final one here in the background is actually the reason for the video, sort of. So recently I had shown the Para64 Mitsubishi 3000 GT, the GTO. And of course, everybody knows that Auto World was coming out with the Dodge Stealth. So here it is, a 1991 Dodge Stealth RT Twin Turbo. And a lot of folks don't know the history of this car. So Mitsubishi and Chrysler, the parent company of Dodge, had a cooperative agreement where Chrysler, who had been selling rebranded Mitsubishi cars around the world, but even in the United States, from as early as 1970. So when the Mitsubishi 3000 GT came out and was such a phenomenon, Dodge dealerships said, hey, can we get in on that action? So they made this under the name Diamond Star Motors. Dodge and Mitsubishi partnered to build the Dodge Stealth, which is mechanically identical to the Mitsubishi 3000 GT. So we'll get this off the card here and check it out. I don't want to damage the card art. That's why I'm taking it off camera, to try and get this off as carefully as possible. And there we go. So let's see what Auto World has done for us. Let's see if it'll focus nicely. So these are very accurate rims. I remember this car well, because this would have been this would have been a car of my contemporaries. This was expensive, expensive to insure, but very fast. So obviously they changed the body, the roof line, and the rear wing is different, taillights and everything, but mechanically the same thing. So this is, of course, metal body, metal base, rubber tires with very authentic reproduction wheels, painted details, done nicely, very heavy. I don't know if the hood opens. Let's see if we can find out. Usually I have something to open the hoods, but moving everything around, let me see. I do not know. Not all Auto World. That, I mean, the line there would indicate the hood should open. Oof. This is going to hurt if I damage the paint. It sounds like it should, but I can't get it open. I'm not going to pry it with that knife. But very nicely detailed. Let's compare it to the Para64. So the Para64 lensed headlight and taillight, a high level of detail. I'd say similar level of detail, but obviously no lensed inserts. Let's see. The Auto World is a little heavier because of the metal base. And Auto World is recognized as True 164. And I would say the Para 64 is right there on the money. So the Para 64 has mirrors, and they are painted with reflective silver. Auto World has mirrors, but they are not painted. The interior looks good. Now, this would have been an American car, so this should be left-hand drive. I do not know if the Dodge Stealth was exported anywhere around the world, whether it was available in Europe or Asia or Australia or any place. I would not think so. It's got a California license plate. Detail's very nice. And of course, I believe this Para 64 is right-hand drive. Yep. So this is a JDM, and this is a U.S. market. So Auto World did a nice job. Wanted to say something about, well, first off, this one. When they say limited edition, one of 10,240 is a new casting. Limited edition. I had a conversation with somebody recently about this. Don't fall for that. If in my opinion, if you've got a vehicle and it says, oh, it's limited, let me show you this one as an example. So this is an early Auto World Deluxe Series 85 Ford Mustang SVO. And if you recall my advice, the Deluxe Series are the ones that are lesser. No opening parts, plastic wheels, plastic bases. They're very nice. But this one says one of 1,256 limited edition. Rare as hen's teeth, right? No. I had 3 of these. One I opened, this one, which I have not opened, but eventually I will, and one that I gifted to my brother. And his actually is an error card where instead of saying Ford and Mustang SVO, it actually says Mercury, and it shows that it is a 69 Mercury Cougar. So I guess that, as an error, could be collectible, and it'll be his choice to open it or not. But just because it's limited edition doesn't mean it's worth a lot of money, and I don't care. I will eventually open that. I know I say that. I mean, I open this, I open this, I open this. I don't open everything, but don't fall into it's limited edition, I never want to open it. I mean, some collectors, most of my collection was never opened until this year. And then I went on a cracking frenzy and I opened up all my old classic Johnny Lightning Mustangs. But back to these. These are very sweet. This Auto World is very nice. Would I say it's on par with the Para 64? It's close, but no. It's very good. It's weighty. But the lack of insert details, the lack of paint on the mirrors, it's the little things. It's very good. But this is where some of these other brands just come and nudge it out. So I hope everybody's being safe. I know we're all in some sort of lockdown, quarantine across the country, across the world. Some people are more open than others, and that's because I guess they're doing what they have to. And if we all do what we have to, we will get through this. So be safe. Happy holidays. I will probably make another video or two before the new year. So like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.